Tell us about that intro. Let's start off with that intro.
No, I've been talking about it for 6 years and never could get them to let me do it. But since I'm the boss now, they kind of let me do it. So Paul was all for it. He just wanted to know if I had insurance. But it was just something we wanted to do different. I thought this year we did a really good job where it was pretty choreographed what we were going to do, and we had the dunk contest early so they weren't tired, and three-point contest, and then we let them play a little bit. But I just wanted to. It basically was just to show the fans appreciation and try to get everybody psyched up for the start of the season, and I think we accomplished that.
You guys announced, you and him announced 10,158 the attendance. What do you think about breaking 10,000 for this?
Oh, it's unbelievable. But I've always said all along the greatest thing about playing here, coaching here is our fans and the facility we play in. And anytime you can have 10,000 people show up for a practice or a layup line or a three-point shootout, then it's a pretty good day. And they were really excited and they were really into it, so it was really good.
Your son, among others, but hit a few threes. Is that going to be talked about over the dinner table, you think, a little bit?
I'm sure he'll come home for sure on Sunday now, so he can talk about it. But he played well. I mean, our guys are playing well and they're playing at a high level. I'm just glad to see him back on the floor, and happy for him. He's been going through a lot, not only just with his energy, but physically and the surgery. So he's been through a lot, and I was glad to see him come out and play pretty well.
Coach, can you talk about the rules changes in coming up this year?
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be really difficult. We just don't know what's going to happen. They sent out some tapes, some stuff to show us. So it's a situation where I really don't know how it's going to be called. It'll be interesting in the first few games, but basically they're saying any incidental contact or any bump, is going to be a foul when you're guarding the ball handler. And then on cuts and cutting, you're not going to be able to impede it, and you're not going to be able to, hold and get away with some stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see how it's called. I think a lot of teams will go to zone. They're trying to free up scoring. They want the scoring in the 80s instead of the 50s. But it just leads to more free throws and more stoppage. But, we'll see how it goes.
Would last year's team have a problem with that style?
I think last year's team would have scored a lot better. I think we went through a couple of situations where we've played some really physical teams in the NCAA tournament, and I think the tournament's a little different than a regular season, and our Mountain West tournament's different than our regular season. So it just depends. But it'll be interesting to see how the whole country adjusts to it.
Do you get a reaction from your new guys about this crowd, or not?
Well, that's why I wanted to do it. I mean, I wanted to get as many people in there as we can, because I wanted to see how they were going to react. Because, if you guys can recall, Hugh didn't score a basket in here for a month. I mean, he didn't score a basket in Lobo Howl his first year here. So, it's one of those things where it's hard. You got to get used to it. I mean, playing in front of those people and that crowd, it's a different deal. So it was good to see how they were going to respond to that crowd, and, it was a good experience for them.
Anything else?
Everybody good? Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.